pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so let's see. Can I get the bank balances, please?
Yes, sir. General, $729,875.18. Sewer general, $108,390.33. Municipal, $17,747. Corrections, $5,047.96. Cash bond, $7,443.30. Judicial training fund, $3,651.08. 4 and 5 cent gas, $33,826.50. 7 cent gas, $5,427.26. Rebuild Alabama, $18,611.07. Sewer customer deposits, $41,751.97. Sewer capital, $150,322.13. CDB grants, $68.37. American Rescue Plan Act, $69,089.68. Capital savings, $28,880.31 for a grand total of $1,220,085.61.
All right, do I have a motion to accept the bank balances of minutes as written?
Motion.
Got a motion for Terry, do I have a second? Second for James, all in favor? All right, so we're going to table the resolution on the bulk trash truck purchase. So we've got resolution number 23-006, which is cybersecurity contract with ICS Cyber Management. James, you want to tell us about that?
Absolutely. So our cybersecurity insurance, which is provided by our AMIC, our insurance provider, because the risk keeps going up, they're changing the way that they provide that insurance. And so they send us a 224 questionnaire based on our policies, procedures of how we do things. And they will rate us and they will determine how much insurance, number one, we're allowed to buy, and number two, what our rate will be. So we already use outside IT services already, which helped a lot. And going through it was pointed out that the best way to get through this was to hire an outside firm just to do risk mitigation. One of the things that Christy and I have been looking at for several years is a way to do a yearly employee training. Since we're fighting the fire department, we need to do HIPAA training, and we need to do cyber, basically computer training for what you can and can't do. So this company provides all of that. They work hand in hand with our current IT provider. They're a company that they're already very familiar with. It's an easy to figure cost. It's $20 per computer per month. And then the training will be somewhere between $15 and $60 per person, depending on if we're doing HIPAA and computer training, or that will be a yearly cost. It'll be separate, but that's a separate thing. But this one company provides all of that. But the first thing that they will do is they'll come in and do a risk management study for us and provide that, which then we can work with AMIC to see what our rates will be up front. And then we have time before our policy renews to make changes as necessary. This will be, as with all IT services, it's going to be an add-on and a continual thing that we'll just basically be adding forever. And every time we add an employee or add an account, a device, then we'll just be $20 per person. We had it, instead of doing a cost per year, we just had it broken down that way. But they will do real-time monitoring. They'll actually put devices in the building that will learn the way we do business. They'll help us. They actually will provide our attorneys who are going to help us with our policy and procedures that we're short on. They actually have templates and examples, and they currently work with, I think, Montgomery County and several other municipalities as well. So they are already familiar with what we are fixing to go through. So we're basically hiring a consultant to help us. And then at the same time, we'll have 24/7 risk management monitoring going on.
So what is it? AMIC gives you $1 million right now, but
so the old policy was a free $1 million, right. And if under this new policy, if you don't meet the requirements, it drops to $50,000. And I don't think they've discussed the cost of that $50,000 yet, but the cost there'll actually be a cost associated with it. But based on how well you score, there will be up to a $2 million policy, and again, that rate will be very, I think, based on how well you score, is kind of what I'm understanding. Every county around us has been hit at some point in time, and so we're trying to stay ahead of that game by doing this. And hopefully with both our outside managed IT services and this real-time risk monitoring, it should put us better than the average. I don't want to say that we're not going to get hit, but we should be in really, really good shape. And considering the amount of PI that we have and other data that we keep, police records and other things inside, we need to keep that data secure.
Okay, so resolution 23-006.
Mr. Mayor, just for a kind of clarification, and because I met with you guys yesterday.
Right.
I think the idea is to go ahead and try to implement this service to help us fill out that questionnaire so that we'll score higher and get the insurance will be cheaper.
I asked him, and he said he was going to basically fill the questionnaire out for us because we don't know each of those policy numbers that are labeled, because some of that is deep legal, weird jargon that most of us don't know.
And so the idea is let's get them in place and
Help us get
Get
better.
ahead of
help
the
us
game.
get up to
Get
speed.
I will say
before
this, both talking with him and with our outside consultants, we're doing most of it right already. We're in really good shape to start with, but it's the documentation side that we're lacking on tremendously, and they're going to help us with that, and they're going to add the additional services that we need.
And I was really impressed from if you know, because this is, you know, a breach is one of these things that it's not if but when. I mean, that's just how you have to treat it.
Right.
And the things they have put in place is, if it were to get on one machine, it stops there. They can freeze it and just freeze that machine out and doesn't spread across the entire network and basically end up in a situation where, you know, the city's entire computer network is compromised. That was my understanding.
It is, and I talked to Chief, and I won't get into the specifics since this is video, but there are lots of policies and procedures that will allow our police force to work in a more free environment as necessary, but still constrained. It'll lock down our current stuff. The accidental email click, the phishing email that they call it, it'll help us eliminate that, because it only takes one of those, what do you say, 4 minutes? They have complete access to all of your email in 4 minutes with one click of a phishing email. And that not only do they have shut your email down, you don't even have to see what's coming and going, but they have full control over everything that is coming and going.
All right, so I just didn't cut off the discussion. All right, so do I have a motion to adopt resolution 23-006? Got a motion from James, do I have a second? Second from Terry, all in favor? All right. So that's done. So, we'll go around the room. Brandy?
I did classes last week, again in Birmingham. Made a lot of networking opportunities to talk to people about how they're doing their court systems. So, but other than that, I'm just keep on keeping up.
Thank you. Laura,
I don't have
you have anything? Christie, you got anything?
No, sir.
Chief, you got anything?
Yeah. Was out riding, noticed a couple weeks ago that the creek over there on Piney Woods, by down the road from Terry Martin's house, that it was staying really, really full. I talked with his nephew-in-law, Joe, and went out there, and there is a huge beaver dam, like 8 foot tall, probably 10 foot wide. All right. Joe, I talked with him and he volunteered and he's went out there and cut a little trench out, so it's already dropped about 4 feet, the water has. And he has captured one female beaver. She was about 45 pounds and about 45 inches long. So hopefully that will stop the spreading of the generationals, and he is continuing to do that for us. Also, he did mention that when the warmer weather gets and the land gets drier, they're actually going to bring in an excavator and do some work separate from that. But while it's there, they're going to go ahead and use that to clear out that beaver dam for us too. They're doing all that free of charge just to help us out and be good citizens.
So the beaver dam is what, 6 foot high?
It was about 8 foot high.
8 foot tall?
Yeah.
About the size of a pickup truck?
Yeah, from where it's dammed up down to the lower level is about 8 foot. It's huge. So that's all I've got. Just want to thank them for volunteering their time and energy.
CT, you got anything?
So Durham got the new unit put in up there. They like a piece of trim getting it done. It's functional. And Bruce's office is almost done. Supposed to have some numbers for that bathroom, but people don't do it. That's how they'll do it.
Will, you got anything? Tom, you got anything else you want to share?
No, sir.
Ms. Craig, you got anything? Okay. Terry, you got anything?
Well, a couple weeks ago, I mentioned some things that need to be patched as far as road work, and they hadn't been patched. You've been busy patching elsewhere, or what's going on?
Finished putting up signs, there was wind damage to some of the signs.
Doing what now? I can't hear
There
you.
was wind damage to some signs, a bunch of signs down along Piney Woods and Bago Cave Springs. I've been focused on fixing that.
Okay. Well, we hadn't done any road patch for the last 2 weeks.
No, sir.
But Lou, I'd like to get those, got one of them big enough to bury a Volkswagen in. I want to try to move that to property list.
Where's that one at?
Right behind the service station up here.
I think we need to talk to them too, because I think they need to pay to have that road redone through there. I think
that's
it's come on their
county.
dime, because with those big trucks coming in and out, they're just, the more you patch them, the more they gonna keep crushing. I think it
Is
needs
this
to
county
be.
road?
I believe that's county right there.
County,
I believe it is. I'll double check in the morning and make sure, but I know part of that part of G Carpenter is county, because we've worked with the county on fixing it before.
Okay. One thing I want to look at, and I've thought about it, is trying to get it holes filled in right now, is going in and doing concrete, actually cut it out, put concrete. That tractor trailer's about good fuel there, and the weight on it is
Dump
hard.
trucks.
So, we did that over there on the subdivisions on curves, it seems to help, so.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Scott, you got anything? James?
Did we get the dehumidifier fixed?
Yes.
Do we-
New one.
Brand new one
Brand new
installed,
one,
and you
thank you.
cubing.
Slick keeping.
Yeah, so not that corrugated stuff, so
Right.
all stuff is bad. Okay.
It's-
Yeah, that was a mess.
Yeah, it was, I took that thing and I'd already took it apart and done sanitized it before that they told me not to, but I mean, it's sitting out there. I don't know if it still smells. I haven't ran it, but that tubing is out there too. I don't know if we want to try to keep it or let somebody have it, or,
Throw it away.
but I bought a whole lot better one.
Throw it away. For
Throw the
that,
tubing one for sure.
yeah, I see no point in keeping it.
Look at it before you leave. I bought a little bit bigger one.
With mold issues and stuff, people's health concerns, it's just not worth it.
Well, this one's a little bit bigger, but the outlet hole on it was smaller, and I looked at all of them, so I had to put it on a little, raise it up about that much, but it's,
Anything else, sir?
The police, the door going to, out now the police department.
I took and jacked it up, put some extra screws in it, and adjusted the jam, it seemed to be opening and closing pretty good now.
Would you mind getting quotes to replace that door?
I'll be happy to.
Because on the security side, I'm concerned.
I'll be happy to.
So I'm putting that on my security list. I looked at it, your repair is good, it is holding, but the doors, it's just,
What it is, the face on the door is separated from the frame.
Yeah, you can see like where it like dragged, and I guess it shifted or something and pulled itself apart.
Tapping screws in there to hold it in place, but
Yeah.
I'll get, construction materials incorporated
Okay.
out there off wholesale.
I don't think the frame's damaged, it's just
I don't
the slab.
Just a door.
That's kind of what I was
I'm
thinking.
undone.
Yeah. So the fire department's making calls, they're doing good stuff, but no other headway's been made. Last I heard, the brush truck was still having issues, it had been sent to Huntsville, and I have not heard that it had come back yet. So that's the pump on the brush truck. So it couldn't be fixed where we normally do stuff, it had to go to a dealer in town. So we're waiting on it. Last I heard, I was still waiting on it to come back. So, that's all I got.
So they're having a training this Sunday, right? Training
Correct. So the member, that is, this is not an open to the public training, but it is for the members of the volunteer fire department training. I do want to clarify that one on this one. The public is always welcome to come by and meet the fire chief and the EMTs that we've got and see what we're doing. So they're always welcome to stop by.
Anybody interested in joining the fire department, it'd be a good time to show up and discuss the situation with the chief. and
Bruce
everybody
has
that's
been
there.
helping me out with a lot of stuff on the EMT side. Sit down and go ahead and share with me.
All right, so anything else?
That's all I got, sir.
All right, so I want to announce Tim Wright has resigned from the council due to health reasons. And I'd like to get nominations for the position by Monday. And then we'll vote on that either in a special meeting or at the next council meeting.
Do you want to set up interviews like you did before?
Yeah, good. So, that's all I got. Any go backs from anybody?
I just wanted to make sure the council saw the announcement from AMIC about our silver award this year. The employees have done well and not had a lot of, you know, violent accidents, loss. That's the word, so,
We've done pretty well every year on that so far.
yes. So.
So also, can you give us a rundown on the sewer treatment plant?
We got our report back from ADEM where they were trying to find out if we were going to be a different code or not for our
Classification for the
Yes.
wastewater.
the wastewater, and it looks really good. Jake said he did not tell us if we were going to be a different code yet or not, but he said everything is looking really good, the report looks well, and he's working on that. The legislation is in session currently, and as soon as session is over with, we'll have the awards go out on the money for the actual construction of the plant. So that's all looking good. And then the CDB grant thing ended up being under what the grant money was, and we were able to add, was it 2 more manhole repairs?
2 more minutes.
2 more manhole repairs on Brockway Road. So that was really good as well. And he and Tim Gaines are still working together on Gingerwood
And
road situations.
they're not finished with the CDBG grant.
No,
project.
that's correct, they're not.
They're still. got
They're still
work to
working
do.
on lawn repair. So, but it did come in under budget, and we have to use that money or lose it, so that's why they added the manholes.
Did it come out either, or do we need to add some to it to make it work out?
According to Jake, there's no money that we have to do anything on.
Okay, I didn't know.
And so it's still just, we had to pay a certain amount, which we knew up front, and
Yeah,
we've
right.
done that part,
The match.
the match part. But there's still the money sitting on the CDBG side,
Right.
and so we might as well use it because it's there for us.
No, I agree with you, I just didn't know if it was like
Yes.
another X number of dollars, you get another X number of things, you add a little more to it to get more, I didn't know if we were not on the border or not. That's
Not
all.
that
That's
much, no.
good. Okay, that's
We're
what I
good.
did now.
All right, no go backs, I have a motion.
Motion adjourned.
Got a motion to adjourn from Terry, do I have a second? Second from Scott, all in favor? Aye. Thank y'all for coming, thank you for your service.